Hi. All right, so happy Earth Day. It's Earth Day today. And you may be, and I see Angie. Hi, Angie. You may be recycling today. You may not be recycling today for this project. It depends what materials you have at home. So the materials, I gotta back up a little bit. This is very high. So the materials I asked you to bring was a paper plate would be the best thing. If you didn't have a paper plate, it's no problem. You could use a thick piece of paper. You could even use a regular piece of paper if that's what you have. It will work, and we'll just see how it goes. So we have our paper plate, our paper, and just one of these items. And then last was a piece of cardboard. I already cut my cardboard into a circle. So I made I just took a plate and traced it. So that was the easiest way for me to do that. And I just did that before I came on here because the cardboard is not easy to cut. If you have the thinner cardboard, like a cardboard box, like a cracker box or a cereal box, that's much easier to cut. But this kind of cardboard, this was like a Walmart box, also not ideal because it's got a coloring on the back. We're going to use both sides. But again, not a big deal. If I wanted to paint the back of this eventually, I could do that. So I traced my paper plate. I cut this out. Not easy to cut, so you would need an adult to help you with that. So the other options here are plate and our paper. I'm going to take the plate. If you want to use the paper, again, you can just trace a paper plate that will fit on here or trace a regular plate that will fit on here. Anything circular actually would do. So we just do need a pretty good circle to start with. So I'm going to flip this around and we'll get started. It's backwards again. Let's see. All right, so this is going to be backwards, but it doesn't actually matter that it's backwards because we're not making any letters or anything today. So it's okay that it is this way. All right. So the first thing I'm going to use is, oh, can you slow down a little? I see that. Sure, I can totally slow down. No problem. So I'll kind of hold off for a minute. So I'll talk to you while I slow down. I'm going to use a Sharpie. You can use a pencil. You can use, you probably would be better off using a pencil. I just want to make sure that you can see this on the video. You can use regular markers, anything you want. You can use color, anything that you have at home you can use. I'm going to use the black Sharpie again so that you can see it from far away or from the screen. Okay. So I slowed down a little, so I'm gonna pick back up again. Okay, so here we go. So the first thing you're gonna do is just figure out where the middle is of your plate or your circle, whatever it is you're going to be tracing here. So it does not have to be perfect, but what I want to do is kind of be able to fit 2 fingers into a curved shape. So I'm making just like a curve, a rainbow, an upside down U. That is going to be our first step here in the middle. Okay? So I put my 2 fingers in the center and I'm going to make a curve. Just like that. So my 2 fingers fit. And it's about in the middle. Again, it does not matter if it is not perfectly in the center. So now I'm going to pick one side of this line and I'm going to continue it and make a spiral all the way around my plate until I get to the end. But I'm going to keep 2 fingers there because I want to keep a good distance as I am bringing this around. I'm keeping a consistent distance, the same distance, by putting my 2 fingers here and turning. I want to keep this line curved. It may get a little bit tricky as it starts to get bumpy, but that's okay. We can go back and fix it. Okay. I would usually make this out of a larger paper plate, but this is all we have, so this is what I'm using. So this will take a little time, just carefully following it around. So if you notice, I'm lining my fingers up with this black edge and then following it. Okay. Now we're going to start to get into the bumpy part. So it might get a little wonky, that line, but it's okay. Okay, so this might be the end of the line here. So as I'm coming down, you're gonna see I'm gonna get real close to the side. So instead of bringing my fingers around and making this super skinny line here, I'm going to just kind of bring this line right to the end, like this, and make a point with it. If it got a little wonky on those bumps, you could just smooth it out like this. Okay, so we've made a spiral. Okay, I'm gonna stop there and let us get caught up if we need to get caught up. Oh, I see my nephew Brady is on here joining us too. Hi, Brady. He lives in New York, in Staten Island. And let's see, I can see, I can't tell who other people are because I don't know all the screen names. All right, so I'll move to the next step. So I'm going to give you a little hint what this is going to become. Some people call it a snake. Some people could just call it a spiral or a decoration. It's really going to depend on how you choose to color it in or design it. So what happens after we decorate it a little bit more is we're gonna cut out these pieces or cut out along the line rather, and then it's going to kind of bounce around like this, and you can hang it up. That's why we're going to use some string later, and we're gonna hang it from here, and it's kind of like a fun little spiral. So you could do this in so many ways. You can make one of these and fill it with things that are really shiny, glitter or sequins, and put it in a sunny spot in your house, and it will shine and pick up the light and be very cool. Or you can simply do it like we're gonna do it today with just markers and crayons. I actually don't have a lot of glitter or sequins here, believe it or not. I guess I should get some. So, just to give you an idea, if you wanted to make a snake, this could be the top part, and then this could be the belly of the snake. We are going to decorate both sides of this. You can follow the spiral and decorate it as a pattern like this, or you can just make a pattern right over the whole thing. I'm going to follow this spiral on this side, but on the bottom, I'm just going to make something very simple, like stripes or something along those lines. So on this side, I'm going to make a pattern, and I'm going to use my Sharpie to do that. You can use whatever you want to do that. So I'm going to start by just making some zigzags, or really triangles all the way around. And again, this is anything you want it to be. You do not have to do what I'm doing. Your pattern can be whatever you want. Oh, and here's where it gets a little tricky on the bumps. Ooh. pretty bumpy. Today I have no helpers here. My dog and my daughter Piper are off to my mom's, which is actually a good thing because it does make it a little tricky. Oh, I see somebody said that they've done this when they were younger. Yeah, this is something that's been around for a while. I always liked it though. One of my favorite things. Oops. Okay, so we're getting to the end here. And there we go. So I'm gonna leave it at that and make it pretty simple here. And I'm going to start to color in my pattern, and I'm gonna make a rainbow pattern. I just really like the rainbow patterns. So I'm gonna take my markers and begin coloring my rainbow pattern in on this side. Okay. Oh, somebody's done already? Who's that said they're done? I see, just need to cut it out. You are a fast worker. And my nephew Brady said, tell Piper I said hi. I will tell her, Brady. Tell everybody there I said hi. Liam and Mom and Dad. All right, so if I'm following this rainbow pattern here, I am following my Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow. Next is green. And it's gonna get a little tricky when we're coloring over those bumpy parts. Green, blue is next. And purple. That'll be about it for my rainbow pattern. So now I'll start to repeat that going around. So we'll go back to red. So don't forget that we are going to be coloring both sides of this. So this is going to take a little bit of time. Or if you're getting really fancy and using glue or paint, it'll take a little longer because you'll have to wait for it to dry. Okay. Oh, and I see you are good at art from the Carlisle boys. Thank you, boys. That's very kind. So are you guys. You're very good at art. And I see Mrs. Trost. Hi, Mrs. Trost. Okay, and then green again. I will try to speed up my coloring if I can. And still try to be neat about it. Let's see. Blue. I wonder if I should do a rainbow pattern underneath too and just make it stripes. I don't know. Oh, Mrs. Trost is saying hi. If anybody has Mrs. Trost, she's on now too. Mrs. Hahn was on before. I think I saw Mrs. Mitchell. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Trost. She said, take your time. This is therapeutic. I think so too. I like it. I even like the noise of it. Okay. I'm gonna leave these out here. Now purple, back to red again. I just thought of a fun idea for the belly or the bottom of this. So once I finish this side, I think on the bottom, I'm just gonna make really detailed patterns. And that even gives me an idea for next week's live. Oh, this is good. I'm not ready to reveal that to you yet. Just like in school, I can't tell you my secrets for the next art class just yet. Okay, getting to that outside edge. I hope Piper's art supplies don't run out on me soon, because we're both using them an awful lot these days. Okay, and green. Okay, blue. Boy, there's a lot more triangles on here. Purple. I'm wearing purple today. Piper told me it was pink day again. She told me it was pink day the other day and we had to wear pink. But I don't have that much pink to wear. So I told her, I said, Piper, I don't have any more pink today to wear. She said, that's okay, Mom. You can wear purple. So that's what I did. Wore purple. I am liking the way this looks with the black and the white and then the rainbow colors. It's fun. Did anybody do the clay project last week and get to paint it? I haven't painted mine yet because some of mine was still drying. Oh, Mrs. Trost is wearing pink today too. I'll have to tell Piper about that. She'll like it. Mrs. Hahn told me that Annabelle loves pink too, and she wears pink often. Let's see, it says then to clean the project last week because you didn't post it. Oh, I did. I posted the project last week. It's up now. Oh, and Isabel, you did the project but haven't painted it yet. Yeah, me either. I'm gonna have to do that. Yellow, green. Oh, Taylor's wearing pink too. Taylor Polizzi. And Mrs. Trost said every day Annabelle wears pink. I could see that happening here too. Okay. Green. Blue. How are we all doing out there? Has anybody finished coloring one side yet? Oh, there's Piper's Aunt Liz. Hi, Aunt Liz. Red count? Sure, red counts, Isabel. That's in the pink family. Hi, Mia. Oh, I'm glad you're having fun. goodness, I'm not paying attention here. Sorry about that. Next color, purple. There we go. Fix that right up. I always make mistakes. Okay. Oh, Caitlin's wearing pink too. All right. We got a lot of pinkers there. Hi, Aunt Liz. I see you saying hi. Brady's on here too. I don't know if you could see him. Yeah, there he is saying hi, Aunt Liz. Okay. Now we're back to red. Okay. And we're almost done here with this side. Red. Orange. Okay. Almost there. Green. Oh, Anna Claire is wearing dark pink and says hi to Mrs. Boyle and Mrs. Trost and her friends. Hi, Anna Claire. I'm so glad you're wearing pink too. Oh, Brady, I'm glad you're having fun. Okay. And blue and purple. Wow, that worked out well. Look at that. I got to the end of the colors of the rainbow. That almost never happens. Oh. Here's Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve, just say hi to Brady. He's on here.
Hey, Brady.
He can hear you. There's Uncle Steve, and your sister Liz is on here too.
Oh, hey, what's up, Liz?
There you go. Okay. Now, I would really like to color this in black. I think it's going to make it pop, and I'm going to leave some white on the other side. So I have one of these giant Sharpies. Oh no, Jeffrey, not doing so well? That's okay. You can watch the recorded version if you need to and try it again. Or you could just try to fix your mistakes. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this big black Sharpie and I'm going to color in between here because I really would like it to be black. I don't want to completely cover my lines. I think I'll still be able to see them. This might be a little tricky. Oh, this Sharpie is not so good, is it? Not a juicy one. I'm not sure how this will work out. Let's see. I'm a little worried that I might lose my original line. So what I might do here is take a crayon and trace that original line so I can still see it, because I would really like, except someone's taken the crayons. I think it was Piper. Let me see. Find those crayons quickly. If not, we'll just move on. Whoop, down, down. Okay, got my crayons. So I'm going to take that black and I am going to trace the original line just to make sure I can still see it. Even though I'm tracing it in black, it should still show up. But I'll do this pretty carefully to make sure I'm not losing that line.
Woo, you look cold out.
Oh.
Where's my daughter?
Hi, shh. I'm filming.
He hit his eye.
Shh, I know. Shh. Okay. All right. Coming around. Okay, there we go. All right, now let's see how my unjuicy marker goes. Oh, I gave it a rest, and it's coming out a little bit right now, but not that good. Might have to come up with a plan B. But this is what happens when you're doing artwork a lot of times, when you're doing anything. Things come up. And then it's a challenge to figure out what to do about them. Most of the time I like those challenges, but sometimes I get frustrated. And that's okay. What I like to do then is take a break, go away from it, and come back a while later, maybe another day. And sometimes when you look at it with a fresh set of eyes, as they say, you can figure it out or come up with another plan. Well, not a juicy marker, but still kind of liking the way it looks. Maybe I could order myself some king-size Sharpies on Amazon. Okay, we've got some done. Oh, good, I'm seeing people say that it's fun to do these projects every week. I think that's Sarah. Thanks, Sarah. I'm so glad you guys are doing them with me. Okay. Ooh, this Sharpie is stinking. Okay. Oops. Who's telling me if I order from Amazon, it'll take 2 weeks? I don't know who that screen name is. I have been ordering some stuff from Amazon, and it has been taking quite a while. All right, I'm gonna try to brush this coloring, and then I can always go back and fix it. But I do know there's some friends that are finished. So I just wanna go to the next part. And I'm gonna do a quick pattern on the other side. Take me 5 hours. Is that Jeffrey saying that it's gonna take you 5 hours? Okay. I didn't think I would, but I do kind of like the look of this faded, drying up black marker. Who knew? sometimes mistakes are pretty fabulous. Okay. And almost done here. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this over and I'm just gonna make a simple pattern on my other side. Never mind the spiral or anything like that, just making a simple pattern on the other side. And I'm going to do that, and I'll do this part with crayon because I can color it a lot faster. So let's do, we'll grab the black crayon and I will do a wavy pattern. And orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And maybe I will stick with that. I'll do a rainbow pattern on this side still. And with the crayons, I can color pretty fast, but at least it's colored. If everyone wasn't waiting for me to color the stuff, I would probably take my time and do something a little bit different under here. But I want to be able to show some of you that are ready the next step. Okay, there's my red. Orange. Ooh, and everybody knows that's in Mrs. Boyle's class. I wouldn't normally color like this. I like to take my time and color neatly and completely, as you hear me say often. But this is live. This is different. Okay, is anybody still coloring with me? Or am I all alone? Oh, good. I see one person at least still coloring with me. Isabel's still coloring with me. And that's all I see so far. And Brady's still coloring with me. Oh, good. Okay, I'm not alone here. Sarah, how you doing? Did you finish yet? And Caitlin's still coloring with me. Good. This side of my pleat is glossy or very slippery, so the marker would not have colored on this side very well. Okay, so it looks like Sarah's still working too, so that's good. Okay. And another, we have, oh, more Yugum is still coloring, and Jenny Bell, I forgot who that name was, but they're still coloring. Okay, now we're green. Okay, 2 more colors. Okay. Oh no, my crayon broke. Okay. And a little bit more purple, and then that's it. I am now going to do it a little bit faster. All right, good. Okay. We have Sarah finished. Okay, I'm right behind you, Sarah. And if anybody's not finished, that's always okay. Take your time. You can always go back and finish it later, watch it later. I always save this on my stories for 24 hours on Instagram, and then I will post it as soon as I get the chance to YouTube and to our school website. All right, so now we are ready to go. So I have this side colored, I have this side colored. Now I'm gonna cut along my spiral line, which for me it's a little bit hard to see here. I don't know if it's hard for you to see on the camera. So take my scissors and start on the outside edge. So I'm gonna just follow it along carefully, cutting slowly and carefully. Just one line, one cut that doesn't stop until you get to the middle. Now you might notice why I wanted to keep my lines about 2 fingers apart. If I made them closer, this line might be way too skinny and it might rip very easily. Okay. There we have it. Okay, make sure you don't cut too far in. This should still be 2 fingers away from the other cut side. So there is my spiral or my snake, and then the bottom looks like this. So now it's time to hang. Now if you wanted it to be a snake, you could make 2 holes here. Just make sure you do not make them too close to the sides. But if it's just a design, you can just make 1 hole. If you don't have a hole puncher, I do have a hole puncher here, but if you do not have a hole puncher, you can poke a hole. You might want to ask an adult for help doing this. With either a sharp pair of scissors, you'll want to poke onto a soft surface. So maybe a piece of cardboard like this. Put it on top and then poke your hole in. It should pop in, or a pencil you could even do that with. And give it a spin so that it kind of opens that hole up. This you should ask an adult for help if you're doing this. A pencil or a pen would work too. So now I just made 2 holes there. I do have a hole puncher. I would probably have used that for it to be easier, but you just want to make sure you're not close to the sides. And now it's time to grab that string. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, Delaney says hi. Hello. And that must be Delaney Palizzi. Hello, Delaney. And I see Sarah said she's going to do another one after the live stream. That's great. I might do one after the live stream too and try to find something sparkly to put it in the sunshine. So now you're going to take your string or your fishing line, whatever it is that you want to hang this with, and take, it's really going to depend on where you're going to hang it, but let's see. I'm going to take about this much. So notice that I doubled it. So here's my, and this is probably very hard to see, it's fishing line, but I doubled it, and it is about as far apart as my, let's see, can we see this? My hands right now. Yeah, right, as far apart as my hands. So I'm gonna give it a snip. And I'm going to put this through the holes here, through that side, and through this side. And then I'm gonna line up the two ends, or the tails, I like to call them. Line up the two ends like this. You'll probably see it on the black a little bit more easily. And I'm going to make a loop with the both ends as if they're one, and then put the tail through the loop and pull to make a knot. And pull that tight, and there we go. Boop. He bounces. It's kind of nice. Let's see. I'm going to flip it around. I can probably show you a little bit better. Then, if I'm flipped. Okay. Pop that up a little bit more. I hope you had fun. I had fun. So here he is, or it is. And there it is. I can hang it over here. Right on my Christmas decoration things. Oh, there we go. Can you see it? Well, it's very bright over there, but there it is. Can hang it up there. Okay? All right, friends. Hope you had fun, and I'll see you next week. Share your pictures with me. I would love to see them as always. Happy Earth Day. Bye-bye.